Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Nachwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit, and a couple of dog maulings, articles that I'll be going through here. And as you can see, this is she was 76 years old. She was mauled to death by 24 pets. Can you imagine that? With dementia. It says dementia-stricken mom, 76, and this is the daughter. They arrested her. You know, 54 counts of animal cruelty as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who the fuck will have 54 dogs just at the house. And well, let's see. Let's read through a little bit of the article. This bitch had 54 dogs, man. Colorado woman charged after mother found mauled to death among dozens of dogs. So she had 54 of them, but it was like 24 dogs running loose in the damn house like crazy. But this, you know, this got to be some Edomite shit. You know, we don't go by color. You know what I'm saying? Because Israelites can look like so-called white people as well. But this is some Edomite shit, man. It's got Edomite spirit written all over it. You know, me speaking as a man. Okay, but it says a woman in Colorado is facing dozens of criminal charges after her 76-year-old mother with dementia was found mauled to death among more than 24 dogs living at the home. Jessica Hoff, 47, was arrested on Friday in connection to the death of Lavon Hoff. Okay, it says the sheriff's office said first responders pronounced Hoff dead at the Colorado City home, which she shared with her daughter after deputies had been called to investigate a report about an unconscious woman. Deputies noted that there were several dogs running around the Hoff's home, and there were about 24 other dogs and 7 birds in cages there. You know, that place had to have been funky as all hell. Dog hair every damn where. Come on, bro. An autopsy later revealed that Lavon Hoff had died of injuries resulting from a dog attack. Before she died, her daughter had left her home alone to run errands about 25 miles away in Pablo, and the dogs that were loose at their property mauled the mother. Investigators subsequently searched a second property in Colorado City owned by Jessica Hoff, and there they allegedly discovered 54 more dogs. God damn, so she had... What the hell? No, this bitch had like 100 dogs damn near. I didn't know that. Okay, all right. The animals were living in unsanitary conditions. Of course, how the fuck can you take care of that many damn dogs? And several of the dogs were in poor health. Deputies worked with the local animal control officers to seize the dogs and birds in question. Meanwhile, they booked Jessica Hoff on criminal negligence, resulting in death of an at-risk adult, as well as 54 counts of aggravated cruelty to animals. Hoff remained in custody, $50,000 bail, so yeah, we know these are Edomites. Under Colorado law, criminal negligence resulting in at-risk person's death can carry between 2 to 6 years in prison. The aggravated cruelty to animals can carry between a year to 18 months. That's correct. Well, yeah, this is Edomites. Yeah, this is the Edomites' kingdom, man. Anyway, as you can see, this is the lady again. And can you imagine that? And that's why we say, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. You know, because the Lord gave her ass dementia and sick some dogs on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's out of her mind. She don't even know where she's at. She don't know what the hell going on. And that's judgment from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. And all these pictures that you see right here, these are all, you know, dog mauling stories, man. So let me just grab a quick scripture. Yeah, you can clearly see, yeah, she was. Yeah, they got down on her. Come on, man. Can you imagine that many dogs? Come on, bro. Just one damn dog is enough to brutalize you, man. Let me grab a quick script real quick. Because the Lord created spirits of vengeance. And I want to grab a couple of little videos real fast, too. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, starting at verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So the Lord created spirits to appease his wrath. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts. See? The Lord can place a spirit on your damn cat, man, or jump up and pluck your goddamn eyeball out. Hey, the Lord is cold, man. It says teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So these angels, these spirits that the Lord created for vengeance, they're not going to transgress the words of the Lord. These angels wasn't like, well, Lord, she can't even remember nothing. She got dementia. She's 76 years old. No, those angels, it says they rejoice. You know, they rejoice in getting a commandment. So they rejoiced in getting down on her ass, man. Who the fuck would, you know, this Edomite shit, because, come on, bro. This bitch had like 70-some dogs, 80 dogs damn near, from what they saying, from what I'm looking at. How you taking care of 54 dogs? At one home, you gotta know they ain't, just can't have a man. If she got a man, who's dealing with that? Anyway, let's go back. So, Lockie, bear with me here. Yeah, see, there's plenty of these stories.
Officials said 2 dogs that attacked and killed an 8-year-old boy in Florida were euthanized on Thursday.
Volusia County Animal Services carried out the euthanasia of the 2 dogs responsible for the attack that took Michael's life.
According to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, Michael Millett, 8 years old, was attacked and killed on January 13th when he was riding his bicycle around his home with a friend, and he stopped to pet one of the animals. The 2 dogs, described as a pit bull and a mixed breed, were then captured by Volusia County Animal Services officers. Deputies reported that the dogs escaped from their owner's property and went into Millett's neighborhood. The sheriff added that the owner of the dogs was not on the property at the time of the attack. Officials said...
Okay, there you have it. Well, let me see here. I had, let me see, Slovakia. This one. And this got to be a scary situation. She just so happened to make it out of this shit.
फोन पे बात करी थी जस्ट बाहर घूमने के लिए, तो बगल वाले घर में ही बिल्कुल इनके वहीं पर ही मैं साइड में थी और कुत्ते एक साथ आए अटैक पे. अच्छा. वो एकदम अपनी उस मालकिन के साथ जा रहे थे, फिर एकदम सारे इधर झुंड बना के आ गए कोने पे. आपके ऊपर अटैक कर दिया? एकदम अटैक किया. कितने जगह चोट है लोगों? 6-7 जगह हैं, कंधे हैं, हाथ पैर सब है. काटने के निशान.
Not sure why they pushed over her motorbike. She was helping. Anyway, that's the world we live in. These people, this shit is retarded, man. Here, this one right here.
A 19-year-old woman has died after being attacked by a dog thought to be an XL bully. It happened last night at a flat in the Witherlywood area of Bristol. 2 people have been arrested. Well, Victoria Davies is at the scene for us tonight. Victoria, what exactly have police said?
Well, today they confirmed, as you say, that it was a 19-year-old woman who tragically lost her life here in Bristol. They said that they received calls at around 7:15 yesterday evening to report that a woman had been seriously injured in a dog attack. They say they arrived at the address within minutes, but sadly, despite efforts by officers and paramedics, there was nothing they could do to save her, and she sadly lost her life and died at the scene. Well, police say that they believe the dog involved in the attack was an XL bully. Last night, that dog was sedated and seized by police. Today, they confirmed it has been put down. Well, 2 people were arrested, 1 man and 1 woman, both in their 20s. They've been arrested on suspicion of being in charge of a dog dangerously out of control, as well as being in a possession of a prohibited dog breed. Tonight, they remain in police custody. Well, the police investigation is still very much at the early stages. They're still trying to work out what led to this dog attack, but the community here...
Okay, you get the point. And, matter of fact, did have a photo of her ass. This is her right here.
A 19-year-old woman who died after an alleged dog attack in Bristol has been...
Out of here. And the Lord is no respecter of persons, man. He don't care about the young, the old. You know, he sets those spirits loose, man, on you to avenge his wrath, man. Hey, it just is what it is. That's why it's so important. Again, get this Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It says, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Because that's fearful, man. Your heart get to pumping, racing. You know what I'm saying, man? Damn dogs ain't no joke. You know, especially pit bulls and shit like that. XL bullies and shit, man. Them motherfuckers is powerful, bro. Like straight up. When they get a lock on your ass, it's a wrap. They get to shake it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a scary situation, man. You know motherfuckers had been terrified. But again, that lady with the dementia, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? 76. You know she was screaming out, and nobody was there to even help her ass, you know? Crazy. I don't even... That's crazy. Just fucking insane, you ask me. But let's get, how do you get that many dogs, bro? You must not live near no neighbors. Because 54 dogs barking all at one time. Because, you know, all you got to do is make a little sound. One dog get to barking, the rest of them get to barking. How you listening to that shit like that? How you living through all that dog hair? You know? How you going, you know? Because you'll see Esau, man. He'll be at the light with his dog in his damn lap, licking him all in the mouth, man. You'll just be at a stoplight. Damn dog hanging all out of the window. So they go hard about them pets, man. Deuteronomy 32 and 39 says, see now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So none of them could have got out of the situation that they were in. And this happens on a day-to-day basis, man. It's not, you know, super duper being reported on like that, man. But this people getting mauled up, man, by their own pets, you know, these days, man. It never used to be like that neither. You know, I don't remember ever hearing about nobody getting mauled up by no damn dog when I was growing up. I know it could have been happening, but you didn't hear about stuff like that. Well, maybe it's social media and news is just at the tip of your finger, you know, at the fingertip. You just can see some shit, but yeah, man. Anyway, let's get this one. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Because see, you got these Christians, they telling you that the Lord, he good all the time. He loves every damn thing. You can, you know, do as thou wilt. You can just be a damn demon and you're saved by grace already and all this crazy shit. Yeah, you keep listening to these false ass prophets, these false pastors, man. If you want to, telling you that the Lord is only love. The hell out of here, man. Matter of fact, Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. You come across the average Christian. I came across Christians before, you know, that'll say that the Lord didn't create evil. Like, what do you mean? He created everything. You can straight ask him, like, well, the Lord created everything, right? Well, yeah, but evil, well, he created everything, right? Yeah, but, you know, because they've been fed this fairy tale of sweet white baby Jesus, you know, loving every damn body, man. And that's just not the case, man. The Lord, he hates, man. Matter of fact, he can hate as well. That would be a false balance to the Lord to just love, man. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and, no, Salakia, not what I wanted. Psalms 5 and 5. It says, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. See that? Who's the worker? The person. What's the iniquity? The sins, man. With these Christians, they'll tell you they Lord, he loves everything. He loves everybody. Ha! Playing that stupid ass music and not knowing that, you know, you're going to be destroyed. I'm thinking that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the blue letter real quick. It just showed that the Lord is the one that sets people up. This is on 1 Kings 22. Let me start at verse 19. I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. NLT. It says, Then Micaiah continued, listen to what the Lord says. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne with all the armies of heaven around him, on his right and on his left. Now you have to realize the Lord, he deals with right, he deals with left. He deals with life, he deals with death. He deals with up, he deals with down. Wet, dry, you know? Because the Lord made everything in tools. Matter of fact, I can get that real quick. We'll come back there. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus 33. I think it's like verse 15. I'm going to start at verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So you can't have love without hate, man. You can't have life without death. You can't have fast without slow. You can't have empty without full, so on and so forth. Everything got a complete opposite to it. As a matter of fact, let's get this one. I'll come back to that story real quick. Proverbs is 11. Yeah, Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So if you just got good and you don't have evil, if you just got life without death, that would be an abomination to the Lord. So why would the Lord just love? We just read in Deuteronomy 32 that he kills, he makes alive, he wounds, he heals. Those are two and twos. Those are, complete opposites, but it's balanced. So now let's go back. So let's read that back from the top on 1 Kings 22:19. Then Micaiah continued, listen to what the Lord says. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne with all the armies of heaven around him, on his right and on his left. And the Lord said, who can entice Ahab to go into battle with Ramoth Gilead, so he can be killed? So the Lord is setting this guy up to be killed. There were many suggestions, and finally a spirit approached the Lord and said, I can do it. How will you do this? The Lord asked, and the spirit replied, I will go and inspire all Ahab's prophets to speak lies. You will succeed, said the Lord. Go ahead and do it. So you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouths of all your prophets, for the Lord has pronounced your doom. Ooh, to the woo-woo. But anyway, as you read through the story, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. This guy caught the business. So this is a clear cut to all these Christians talking about how the Lord loves everything, man. The Lord sets up everybody that left this planet today. He set up their demise, whether they didn't wake up out of sleep, whether they got into a car accident, whether they got caught up in a house fire, whether they got, caught a stray bullet, whatever the case may be, man. If they died from damn food poisoning, whatever it is. The Lord, he's the one that's in charge of those spirits, man. He's in control of, he's the father of spirits. It's just that simple, man. So I didn't want to keep this long. That's pretty much the point is made, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, because as you're being attacked by beasts like that, man, that shit gotta be scary. You could just, if you've ever seen a damn, I've had dogs chase me on bikes. Shit, I got bit by a dog one time. Had to get a damn rabies shot when I was a kid. But but man, that shit was terrifying, man. And they can just do it right out of the blue. Yeah, man. So the old lady right here, imagine that. Dementia. She's got dementia, and 24 dogs is on her ass. Imagine that. And there's plenty of these stories. There's another one. Who caught the business here? Terrifying dog attack on one of Yorkshire's best beaches. Yeah, you at the beach. Esau out there trying to get a damn tan and a dog on your ass. You go right here. Pet poodle mauled and dog owner bitten in staffy attack. It fucked his ass up. See? Esau, man, they love to have those dogs in their laps and letting them lick them all in the goddamn mouth. all that bullshit, and probably be doing, they doing shit to these dogs as well. This lady right here, god damn, what's wrong with you? Boy, the Lord done a number on these Edomites. Says incredible story of how Florida woman survived hard dog attack. Yeah, god damn. Ooh, to the woo. Boy, the Lord done a number on them when he took that melanin. God dang. Here's another one. See, this probably come from, letting the goddamn dog jump all up in your motherfucking lap, bro. Licking them all in the mouth, all that. Nah, bro, come on, bro. Plenty of these, man. I was attacked by a sausage dog. God damn. And ripped off my cheek. Whew. My goodness gracious. Yeah, this lady right here, boy, that's a number there. Yeah, they love these dogs too. They love them damn dogs, man. Matter of fact, in Esau, they love them dogs more than they love Negroes back in slavery. Shit, the damn dog was eating better than Jake, man. Let's see, here's another one. Dog bite fatality. Ohio woman. Yeah. Whew. Ripped all in. Look at this bitch's face. Got her ass good. Damn. Ooh, got her good. My. Oof. Anyway. Yeah, just wanted to touch on it. But there's plenty of these stories, man, Plenty of these stories. And mainly, I'm not saying that it don't happen to so-called black people, because there's a guy in my neighborhood, one that long ago. And that's why I really stopped going for walks and shit like how I used to in the neighborhood. I used to go for walks. And just so happened, one of the routes that I would walk, this guy got attacked by three pit bulls. They broke out the fence, and they had already attacked somebody before. But this guy was getting off the bus, coming from work. As soon as he got off that bus, them dogs hit his ass and like ripped off his arm. Damn, pretty much they did tear off his arm. But he was in, he lived a few days. They had him in critical care and all that little stuff like that. But he was just so fucked up, man. He passed away. You know what I'm saying? But young guy, man. He had he had a wife, 5 kids. He was just coming from work, man. Got off the bus. But that lets you know the impeccable timing of the Lord, because that's the way that the Lord wanted him to go. You can't get around it, man. You can't stop the Lord. You can't stop his will. You just can't do it. You're not getting around the Lord. You can cut it out. You might think that you can, but nah, man, the Lord is cold. Some right here. Kind of look like, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of dog attacks going on these days. You got to be careful. That's why we pray before we leave the crib. Because I know last week, 2 weeks or so back, it was the last time we got a decent snow. I think it was maybe 2-3 weeks back. And I came out the door and I seen a lot of prints. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, like, what the fuck kind of prints is those? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, shit, my neighbor said he seen a damn coyote. I said, bro, you sure? I said, bro, are you sure? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but it is a lot of, what's the other animals that's been kind of, yeah, shit, packs of, they've been saying packs of coyotes and shit like that running through the neighborhoods, man, in the city, through Jake Hoods, man. But I seen all them damn prints. I was like, oh, hell no, so I had to, I was trying to, back off and let me grab the shotgun real quick, you know what I'm saying, and just, just in case, because you just never know, man. I mean, because matter of fact, this was years back, well before I came into the truth. And, walked out the back door. A damn pit bull was in the backyard. Motherfucker was got aggressive, had to, to call the police and stuff like that, man. And that dog, was about to pounce on the police. They had to shoot that motherfucker in the backyard. So things done got, you can't trust these damn dogs. I don't pet no dogs. I don't what you. As soon as I see them motherfuckers, I'm trying to take guard, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know. Because some of them will act friendly, and then they'll turn on you, man. They'll just hit your ass real quick. Anyway, though, I didn't want to keep this long. I'm gonna end out here. So, hey, be circumspect when you know your surroundings, especially if you live in the hood, man. Because you know, a lot of people, what they're doing now is, see, these so-called white people, they love these dogs. They would die before they get a damn dog up. But in the hood, what's happening is inflation done went up, rent, everything done went up. You know, dog food, all that shit is expensive as hell. So they'll just put the dog in the back seat of the car, man, and roll somewhere, and you know, just open the door and let his ass out, man. You know, and the dog just, you know, fending for himself. I see a few of them while I'm driving. You know, they be in the same places where I pretty much be, you know, kind of seeing them at. But yeah, they just out here just roaming free. Just roaming free, man. You don't know, you don't know what they're gonna do. Some of them appear to be friendly. You know, some of them don't. Matter of fact, it was a lady last night. I seen her, and she was blocking traffic with the damn dog. You know, a little so-called black lady. I was coming from the supermarket, and I was wondering, like, what the fuck is this traffic? You know what I'm saying? And it was a really nice looking dog. It was actually an expensive dog too, but it was like a husky or something like that. But she was trying to get that nigga to get into her car. She wanted me to help her. I'm like, man, shit, I'm trusting, man. These damn dogs, man. You don't know nothing about the dogs. She's like, well, yeah, I got 2 dogs at home, and I just can't see him out here like this. Like, man, look, you better let that motherfucker go. You know, but she, you know, I rolled down my window because she was asking me about, you know, could I help them? Help you? You don't know nothing about the dog, lady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, she was petting it though. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do anything to her. It was a friendly dog, but still, you just never know. You about to take this dog home to your other 2 dogs? That's going to be some instant, you know, whatever. You just never know, you know? Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and the Baba Ball.